Hey everyone, Brian Lamb here with another update for Focusable. Last Friday we sent in an app update, version 0.10.1, with a few key new updates we're going to walk through today. That was hot on the heels of the last update, where we were really focusing on improving some of the experience and getting to this menu you see on the left here, our recharge menu with our selection of activities to do quick mindful breaks through the day. And our goal with this tool is really to make it the best tool available for you to insert a couple-minute break here and there that really aids your focus throughout the day. And so those clicks were really important to some of the user feedback that we got in December, saying we needed to have a faster experience to get into it, to make it slip into those small cracks in your day. So we made that update, and now we're coming back with an update that's really about offering more quality and choice in that experience. So the first thing you'll notice is there's two new activities, the 5-finger breathing exercise and the eye trace exercise. But before we get into the details of those, the biggest change is what you can't see. So all of the activities have been rebuilt with voice-guided directions. The original way we built the activities was to run silently. That was in order to make these breaks work in noisy environments where you can't have sound on, like classrooms or offices, maybe even an airport, and run effectively that way. And they worked. But we also felt it was kind of limiting recently, where there's a lot of other spaces where you might be able to have sound on. And actually there's a lot of benefit in not using your eyes while you take a break, since one of the biggest problems people have during the day is eye fatigue from screens. So what you'll see is when you start an activity, that activity will start, and there's a new sound icon in the lower right corner. And as that activity gets underway, you'll either see subtitles that guide you via text, or if you turn that sound on, those subtitles go away, and there's voice directions. Now, you won't hear that voice direction as a part of this specific recording because my audio setup doesn't capture it, but trust me, it's there. Just go log into Focusable and you'll hear the voice-guided directions, which will help you really understand what to do without even looking at the screen. So, of course, when you do an exercise, I'd like to add the timer there at the top counts up the time you spend taking a break, and compares it to the 6-minute goal that is a research-backed goal for the amount of break time or mindful time during the day that really makes a difference in your ability to focus. So that's why we have that up there. Now, the 5-finger breathing exercise, let's talk about that. I think of it as a bit of an alternative to a box breathing exercise. And it's a really great alternative when you're working with, say, young kids in a classroom to do mindful breaks, as it gives them a much easier way to visualize what they're doing. So you hold out your hand and you trace your hand, breathing in as you work up a finger or out as you work down, and generally go through 5 cycles of that. It's a shorter experience than box breathing is, which is also good for younger users. And so it brings you that same sense of calm, focus, and readiness that you want to have that box breathing brings in a slightly different package. And then the other one that you can try is the eye trace, which can be thought of as another way of relieving screen fatigue. In this case, instead of working through varying depths of field, as our eye relief exercise does right now, it works on one depth of field and exercises your eyes through a range of motion as you trace a square and a triangle. So it's another technique for relieving screen fatigue. Now, anytime you want, if you want to dive into a focus task, you can use our tools to hold yourself accountable with timers, record your progress using video. All those tools are there. Or if in that moment it's not appropriate to use those tools, you just click done and you can see your activity tracked in your activity section. You can just see the box breathing I did there and some of our past activity. You can also go to the groups page and see some of the people that you follow in other groups and encourage them as you go through that list. And so I'm going to encourage Gerard here. So those are the major updates that we have for Focusable today. Now we're already working on the next one. There's 2 major things that we're working on. The first one is to be able to add even more or more optionality to this menu you see on the left. We're going to add 2 more activities very soon, and we're going to add a menu where you can customize what activities you see on this page. So if you have a preference for a couple of these activities over the others, you can actually star and only include them on this page, and then whenever you want to switch and add a new activity, just open a new page and customize this menu. So it gives you a way of customizing your break experience to the activities that you really, really like. The second one that we're going to be adding, which is our first foray in this direction, are some reminders to take breaks. So what we've heard from most people is they struggle to remember to take time to take a break through the day, and a reminder would really help them. So we're going to allow you to go in and set different times in the day in advance where it sends you a system reminder to be able to take a break at that time. And so that's what's coming up next in Focusable. I think that's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed our update, and we'll be back soon with even more.